Hi, my name is Wendy Skabinski. I'm the Director of College and Career Readiness for the Metropolitan School District of Wayne Township. Thank you for participating in JA JobSpark and completing this teacher training. Today we will go through a brief outline of what to expect and how to ensure your students are prepared and excited for the event on September 26th and 27th. I will share an introduction to JA JobSpark, including important details prior to and day of, classroom preparation, and reminders for all teachers participating. Before I go into further detail, here is a glimpse of what JA JobSpark is all about.
Well, I came in on Wednesday morning when it was empty. So I've been here since the beginning. And when I walked in and saw it was empty, and I thought, how are we ever going to fill this? And so to see it fill up, not only in all the things that are here, but the kids over the last 2 days, has just been amazing. The kids are excited, the volunteers are excited, the teachers are excited. Everybody seems to be having a great experience.
So today I was part of the welcoming crew. We did an opening for students as they would come in waves of about 300 to 500 students. So we kind of got to be the hype people and get them energized and ready to go, and then they were excited, they were engaged in getting excited to come in, and it was awesome to be able to talk to them about all of the things that were behind the curtain and the opportunities that they were about to experience. And just a brief look around, it is pretty cool that they get to see really what these jobs are, and in many cases how to get there also.
And so far it's been pretty fun. I've done a couple stations and so far I'm really impressed.
Well, I think it's important because it helps people that are in middle school be able to get a chance to look at what they might want to do as a career in the future, and to look at what type of things they should be interested in and know about, their jobs or something they may do in the future.
Coming back from the event, most of the kids are really excited as far as, hey, this could possibly be maybe an opportunity for me when I graduate high school, and just to be able to see it up close and personal and be hands-on with the different businesses, they really liked it. So I was excited because the kids were excited about it.
I think it's very important, and for us to see and get to see people around us be successful is really like an eye-opener, because we don't get to see that as much in like where we live in our neighborhoods. So it's really good to see it somewhere else and get that hands-on experience with other people that care obviously about us.
I was like, this is awesome. Like a great opportunity to get a chance to get to what I want to do when I grow up and see what type of money I'll make for a good job.
Yes, I'm having a wonderful time.
So an event like this really gives us the opportunity from a sales force perspective to give back to the community. Not only are we a sponsor for the event, but we have our volunteers here. And we want to be sure that we're supporting the community not only in workforce development, but making it a better place to live. And for these kids to have the opportunity to see the jobs that are there for them so that we can grow the environment around us is just incredible. It's been great.
The event it's actually probably turned out better than most of us might have imagined, because going into this, certainly there was feedback from other cities, but we were making it our own, and I think it's working out beautifully, beautifully. Especially with the job that JA did with the curriculum before, the curriculum after. So all these kids are very well prepared. They don't need to be spoken to anymore. They need to experience. And that's what's happening. The thing that they wanted to happen, to spark their interest, is exactly what's happening. So we couldn't be happier.
Today I will share expectations and recommendations as you prepare your students for the Interactive Career Expo, JA JobSpark. The program includes hands-on lessons delivered by teachers in the classroom and student participation at the JobSpark event, a 2-day career expo taking place at the Indiana State Fairgrounds on September 26th and 27th. JA JobSpark was designed for 8th graders, focusing on career exploration and success skills. Students will be exposed to unique interactions with business professionals and have an opportunity to visit and learn about 8 career clusters. Within each cluster experience, students will be introduced to the various jobs, salaries, and skills, as well as have an opportunity to try out the equipment, tools, and machinery used in these careers. The Blue Ribbon Pavilion and Champions Pavilion will be transformed into interactive spaces designed by industry experts. This experience will leave the students inspired, engaged, and motivated to learn more, do more. This expo is designed to create a spark. Industry leaders and educators have been working together over the past year to develop this one-of-a-kind opportunity for middle school students. There are 8 career clusters that will be the focus of JA JobSpark. The 8 career clusters that students will explore are taken from the 16 national career clusters and have been combined for a more manageable experience. Students will have the opportunity to research and explore these clusters throughout the classroom activities and in person as they explore real-world equipment, tools, and much more. They will meet industry professionals within each cluster, interact with them, and learn what it would be like to work in their field. We are grateful to the companies and organizations that have joined this effort to create JA JobSpark. There are more than 100 businesses providing their time and expertise. Representatives from many of these businesses will be on site to meet your students. Please take time to introduce yourself and remember that relationships formed from this event can develop into potential internships or other career readiness opportunities for your students. To help ensure the day is a success, we need the assistance of all participating teachers. In the weeks leading up to JA JobSpark, there are a few important action items. First, confirm scheduled arrival and departure times for JA JobSpark with your school's designated JA JobSpark liaison. Dates, specific timing, and building start assignments have been designated for your school. Next, provide an accurate number of the students to your transportation department as buses will be secured based on these numbers. Deliver the lessons in your classroom. Implement sessions 1, 2, and 3 2 weeks prior to the JA JobSpark event. Ensure your students can interact with the new JA JobSpark mobile app. Distribute the JA program book when it arrives in your classroom. This will help better prepare your students for the companies they will engage with at the event. Please keep this as a resource in the classroom and not bring to the event, as it will be great to utilize all year. Come prepared on the day of the event with the final number of students to be given to staff upon arrival and noted at various checkpoints if these are determined necessary. This will enable teacher reference points and accountability. Make sure every parent has signed the permission slip and has provided to you a signed media release form, if not already on file. Please be aware that media will be present, and it is important for teachers to notify volunteers if students cannot be in photographs. Please note that lunch will not be provided during the event. Rather, a snack and a bottle of water will be distributed upon departure to be enjoyed on the bus or back to school. It is strongly encouraged for students to eat lunch prior to or immediately following the event, as space and time are limited. Finally, ensure that you have printed your parking pass for your bus driver to display in their window. The day of JA JobSpark will be providing each student with a t-shirt to wear during the event. Students will also wear a lanyard with a passport for the day. It is important that these shirts and lanyards do not go home with the students ahead of time, as they must be wearing them to enter the event. The shirts are color-coded based on your school, and this will allow teachers and volunteers to identify students at the event. All participating teachers will receive a bus form to be completed on the way to the event. This will include student numbers and teacher information and collected upon arrival. As you prepare your kids on the day of the event, please review all appropriate behavior. Let the bus driver know that they will need to enter Indiana State Fairgrounds Gate 16 off of 42nd Street. Ensure that their JA JobSpark parking pass is prominently displayed. Upon arrival at the Indiana State Fairgrounds, you will be directed to the appropriate lot near the south end of the Blue Ribbon Pavilion. Your bus will be greeted by a team of JA JobSpark volunteers, one of which will greet you and jump onto your bus for last-minute instructions and tips for a successful day. The Blue Ribbon Pavilion and Champions Pavilion are connected by a short walkway and will be divided into the 8 career clusters. Each building will have floor clusters. At the teacher's discretion, students will move throughout the 8 clusters. This can be done in an organized flow, or teachers may encourage open flow. It is important that teachers have a plan and share it with their students before arriving. Regardless of the movement, students should have the opportunity to see all career cluster exhibits within the 8 clusters. The passport encourages student engagement and movement. There are 2 sessions each day of JA JobSpark, with schools scheduled to arrive in the morning or afternoon. Outside of the arrival and departure windows, students are scheduled to be in the JobSpark experience for a total of 2 hours. It is important to be as timely as possible in order to ensure students proper time within the experience. Teachers are responsible for their students at all times during JA JobSpark. It is at the teacher's discretion to determine the student flow for their group. Teachers can keep an organized flow throughout the experience or allow students to move freely. Meeting points can also be designated at the halfway mark. A passport has been designed and will be attached to each student's lanyard to help them move throughout the experience. Students will be required to gather a signature from a volunteer within a minimum of 5 of the 8 cluster areas. Before they exit, passports that have been properly signed will be dropped into a bin for a chance to win exciting prizes. Please encourage your students to visit each cluster, obtain signatures, and engage with as many professionals as possible. One of the things that makes JA JobSpark unique is the curriculum that supports it. I will now discuss the classroom lessons that will lead up to JA JobSpark. All of the materials will be printed and provided by JA in an easy-to-use guidebook consisting of 4 classroom sessions. 3 30-minute sessions are taught prior to attending the JA JobSpark event, and 1 30-minute session is delivered after. There are enhanced learning opportunities included throughout the book as well. These are great activities for those who have some additional time. The JA JobSpark curriculum needs to be delivered in the classroom by September 22nd for session 1, 2, and 3, and no later than October 6th for session 4, which is after the event. Before the lessons begin in the classroom, connect what students are about to learn with their future. If you attended as a teacher last year, share some of your favorite moments from the day. Interesting exhibits that were there, or a unique individual you met. Engage your students by asking them about their hopes and dreams. Spark the conversation. When you are ready to dive into the classroom sessions, you will get to know the teacher guide. It has been enhanced to a lesson plan format consisting of 4 sessions, enhanced learning opportunities, and much more. You will be receiving JA JobSpark program books for each student as well. Your guide will encourage you to utilize these throughout the learning process. Each student will have their own workbook to utilize throughout the JA JobSpark lessons and for the remainder of the school year. In Session 1, students will be introduced to JA JobSpark and complete an important career assessment. These results will be critical to the rest of the experience. Within this session, students will identify their skills and interests and learn how to apply them to a career plan. In Session 2, students will learn about career clusters and how to identify those that match their skills and interests. They will have a better understanding of their career interests, skills, and work priorities. Students will also become more aware of the 8 career clusters that will be represented at JA JobSpark. One of the hands-on activities in Session 2, the Career Cluster Matching activity, requires students to work together to match up appropriate career clusters, jobs, and career descriptions. To move smoothly through this activity, provide each small group with 1 cluster sheet. Instruct them to separate the perforated cards by color and create 3 groups of cards. From those 3 groups, they will read the descriptions and jobs and match them to a cluster. In Session 3, students will understand the format of JA JobSpark, what to expect when they arrive, and appropriate behavior and dress. They will participate in activities to engage in proper introductions as they prepare to meet industry professionals. Students will learn about the wide variety of companies involved and represented at the fairgrounds and identify questions to ask those participating. Encourage your students to visit the JA JobSpark app again, and this time they will take the Find Your Career Path quiz. This interactive activity will provide students with their own career path, including information about jobs, salaries, and successful celebrities. Your students will engage in many ways. After the students return from JA JobSpark, they will be asked to reflect on their experience with various activities in Session 4. Students will learn about the importance of goal setting and identify next step for success in their academy and career preparation. Students will understand the importance of decisions made in high school and how they can better prepare their own path. Students will be empowered to connect their own interests with a wide set of career opportunities. As you finish the lesson and throughout the year, encourage your students to refer back to their career assessment results and career pathways as they can plan for their high school courses. A few reminders as you deliver the curriculum and prepare your students for this very exciting experience. Review and organize your teacher guide and materials, and secure your school's internet and computer access for certain classroom activities. Ensure that students download the JA mobile app and begin by completing the pre-survey. Read over the lessons and don't forget to personalize the curriculum by weaving in your own life examples and JA JobSpark experience, if applicable. Prepare the student certificates in order to hand them out in a graduation ceremony at the completion of the 4th session. Ensure that your students complete the post-survey on the app. These measurements will allow junior achievement to gather important data regarding student knowledge and value changes. Before the day of JobSpark arrives, make sure all field trip forms have been submitted. Coordinate the distribution of all student t-shirts, passports, and program books. Know your plan for student flow once you and your students arrive at the fairgrounds, and be prepared with your completed bus form. Having all of these items completed will ensure a successful experience for your students and staff. Thank you for engaging your students and preparing them for an impactful experience at JA JobSpark.